I'm Perrin Palestrant, Senior Transit Operations Planner. Every route has an area where they either look empty or they are empty just because they're at the end of the route. Also, the different types of vehicles that we operate lend itself to making the vehicles look emptier than they really are. The double-deck buses, for example, have 75 seats on them, so it looks like that there may not be very many people on there, but chances are there are quite a few people on the bus. Every so often we analyze our routes. We either have on-time performance issues or routing structure issues or even expansion of routes where in order to get those changes through we have to do a service change. These changes usually involve changing the transit guide, which changes the times that a particular trip may operate. So we have to have an actual service change to be able to implement these changes. The RTC is funded with two sources of funding, sales taxes and fare revenues. Over the last several years, we've had a significant decrease in the amount of sales tax revenues and fare revenues, which caused us to cut back a significant amount of service. We're just now seeing an increase in the sales tax revenues and fare revenues, and we're looking at adding back to existing services, adding frequencies in where we can, and eventually we'll look in to see what type of expansion or new routes we could start. But at this time, we're really looking at just adding back into service that we've cut back. We analyze every route to look at what the ridership is, and some routes, especially the ones that cross the resort corridor, those are consistently busy 24 hours a day. However, once you get further away from the resort corridor, the ridership tends to decrease rather significantly, and while most of our routes do operate 21 to 22 hours a day, a lot of them just could not support operating it for 24 hours. It's really expensive to operate that service, and we really look at the routes in which can support and have the ridership to support it. And with every service change, we look at those to see if more routes need to operate 24 hours, or there may be somewhere we have that are 24 hours that don't operate 24 hours. So we'll analyze that with all of our service changes. The funding of the transit service is by two sources of funding, sales tax revenues and fare box revenues.